Hey, what's up everybody? Ian here from Droid Mania. Today, I've got 10 great affordable cases for you for the LG G6. I'll just tell you right now that some of these cases you may have heard of, and others not so much. But that's okay, because we're going to look at them now, starting with this bumper case by Abacus. Now cost aside for all of these cases, because they're all affordable, what caught my attention with this case is this little pocket and the fact that I can carry a card here. And if you're wondering, no, it's not real leather here. And these are all one-piece cases today, so installation's easy for all of them. So with that, let's go ahead and take a closer look around. Next up, we've got a thin case by Maxboost. When it comes to this particular case, I was looking for an alternative to the Speak and Thin fit, and I think I found it. Yes, I know it's only a couple of bucks difference in terms of pricing, but sometimes it's just what we need to make that decision. Now you know with a thin case, there's not a whole lot here to it, but I keep one of these in my collection so that I can show off my phone. Not necessarily these fingerprints, this is something that's not uncommon, I've seen this with other thin fit cases, so for me it's not a deal breaker. And the last thing about this case is that it's not so easy to remove, and that's a bonus in my book. Next up, we've got the Flexi case by Orsley. Now this case is crystal clear as you can see here, and you guys know my thoughts on clear cases. At some point they're going to yellow. And that's fine, I mean that's the point of this video, we're looking at affordable cases here, so you can pick up another one. I mean this one costs the cheapest out of the bunch. So now that you know that, let's have a look around, shall we? Next up, we've got a slim fit by Vigear. And the funny thing about this case is that they call it slim, when in reality it's the bulkiest and the thickest case that we're going to see today. But there's something to be said here because it's also the most protective, so I ain't mad at them. This case also includes a slot for a card, as well as doubles as a kickstand. See, with this case comes multi-purpose in terms of functionality, as well as a decent design. And with that behind us, let's go ahead and take a look at the details. Next up, we have the Rinky Air Prism, and this is one of my favorite cases of today. And I'm not just saying that because Rinky sent this out to me, including this lanyard, which is something that we hardly ever see. I'm not sure if I'll use this, but I'm going to put it on the case for today. From behind the camera, it's definitely harder than it looks. It's like threading a needle, but I was able to get it done. This case has a nice in-hand feeling, and it doesn't add any bulk to the phone. Now that we've got this case installed, let's go ahead and take a look. Next, I've got a one-piece silicone case by LK. It's called the Slim Thin. With this case, I'll tell you that there's not a lot here, and that's okay, because if you're purchasing this case, you're actually buying it for the grip. As you know, the G6 has a glass back. This takes care of two things. One, those pesky fingerprints, and two, that slippery glass back. For those reasons alone, it's enough to pick up this case, so have a look around. Next up, we've got the Nova Case Slim Hybrid. And I know what you're thinking, this case looks familiar, and I said the same thing. But, and I'll say it again, but at a fraction of a cost. So for the moment, let's place our judging feelings to the side and go in for a better look. Next up, we have the oblique FlexPurl. This is the case that I happen to be wearing on my G6 right now. I just like how it feels in the hand. It's got a nice textured back, it's super grippy, and it looks great too. But you can be the judge. Next up, we've got a wallet case by Idealine. This case happens to be real leather, which is a plus. It's got 2 card slots here, and the only downside that I could find is that there's not a magnetic clasp, and the fact that the cutout for the fingerprint scanner is kind of deep, which makes it hard to get your finger in there. But you'll see what I mean as we take a look around. And lastly, we have the Caseology Vaults series. If you've been paying close attention, then you've seen 2 other cases that are kinda similar. I like all of these. I mean, really, there's not much difference here between the 3, except for price point maybe. Each of these cases we've seen today are just about 10 bucks. And personally, at that price point, you can't go wrong with any of them. So let's go ahead and break into the vault. Okay, so there you guys have it. What do you think of these affordable cases for the LG G6? Today, this wasn't our typical Droid case review, but I wanted to give you guys something different because tomorrow, we're starting with the Galaxy S8. Yep, that's right, we're gonna come back to LG, but tomorrow I'm kicking off the Galaxy S8 Plus. As you've heard me allude earlier on, these cases are about 10 bucks in terms of pricing. When it comes to overall build quality, there really wasn't much that I could complain about. As you guys have seen, these cases look very similar to other well-known brands out there. So if you're looking to save a few bucks, then here's a couple of cases you should consider. Now with that said, let's get down to business. If you're new to the channel, now would be the time to go ahead and click that subscribe button because you definitely don't want to miss what's coming up next. So I'll say this now, welcome to the channel, and if you've enjoyed this video, do leave a big thumbs up. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one.